the funniest phrases to make its way out of the internet, I think, in recent years, or at least activism on the internet, or just activism in general, is the term safe space. Because it's annoying, right? Safe spaces are annoying. If you sit there and you're like, I need to go someplace away from where everyone is at, so I can feel safe, you just go back to your damn bedroom. Like, just don't ever leave your place. That's your safe space. Asking for a safe space in the real world is not ever going to work, but we seem to be really pushing it when it comes to any kind of progressive area, right? Whether you're on college campuses and they're like, we need to have this entire dormitory. It's a safe space. From who? From white people. That's actually happened, by the way. They tried doing this in dorms, having blacks only dorms in some colleges, having the entire hall or the entire floor. And it's like, segregation is something that we moved away from 50 years ago. Please stop trying to bring it back. Or when you go to like games conventions like PAX or something, and they've got safe space room, or people can just go and it's a diverse and inclusive room. It's I've walked by it. It's really kind of lame. It's like, okay, fine. This is your corner. Enjoy it, I guess. When people need safe spaces, they just end up, I think they're giant pansies. You don't have to always be out there, but you can't sit there and demand that the world be wrapped in bubble wrap for you. That's not how it works. But anyway, so according to a new survey, 90% of college students favor safe spaces on campuses, and they wonder why we fear for the next generation. Now, a new survey has found that nearly 90% of college students are in favor of these safe spaces. 87% of college students support universities setting up safe spaces, a newly released Gallup survey shows. The findings are part of a report called Free Expression on Campus, What College Students Think About First Amendment Issues. And the thing is, the safe spaces are designed to get away from the First Amendment, right? It's like, I don't want to call it the anti-First Amendment, but it's definitely to try to get away from the First Amendment. The poll gathered student opinions on issues including safe spaces, campus free speech zones, and university speech codes. While students were divided on some issues, there were clear consensus when asked whether they favor or oppose providing safe spaces or areas of campus students can go for support if they feel upset or threatened by things they see or hear. And as a new parent, that bothers me. Well, as a human being, that bothers me. As a person who espouses my opinion on the internet for my career, that ultimately bothers me. If you go to a college campus and you are afraid of what you are going to hear, then why in the hell are you on a college campus? That is a legit question. College is meant to expand your mind and to put you in situations educationally, and I guess in some situations socially, that you would never have experienced while you were in high school or middle school or elementary school. It's meant to bring you from adolescence into adulthood. You go to college, yet a pup, just new born into the world of an adult, and then you leave 4 years later and you're like, I can down an entire keg in 20 minutes upside down. I fucking rock, right? Like different things. But when you go to college and you're like, we need to have bubble wrap on everything, it defeats the damn purpose. You might as well just stay at home, binge watch Teletubbies on Netflix, and go, I have a degree in what Tinky Winky is wearing. There you go. It's worth the same thing in the real world. Nothing. Overall, 87% of students say they favor safe spaces. Support for safe spaces is nearly universal among men, women, and Democrats, both at 95%. 91% of black students and 90% of historically black colleges and universities favor safe spaces. Republicans, 70%, and men, 77%, still widely support safe spaces, but are likely to do so, or are less likely to do so than other subgroups. Well, it makes me wonder if the Republicans and the men are like, wait, they want a place to go and like leave me the hell alone? Yeah, just give it to them. Is that where I can send my girlfriend when she's just having a really bad day? Just get out to a safe space. Go. 83% of college students say they favor colleges establishing a free speech zone and a designated area of campus in which protesting or disrupting literature is permitted, usually with pre-approval. Meanwhile, students were divided on whether they want colleges to impose speech codes that restrict offensive or biased speech on campus that would be permitted or in society more generally. Well, at least like more of them are in favor of a free speech zone than by trying to impose anti-free speech rules. But then again, I don't think people fully understand why you'd want to. I mean, at least they want to protect it, but still, I don't like the idea that that they're divided on whether or not you should restrict free speech. Now, granted, you know, I mean, like, not every college or university is public. Therefore, it's a private property. It has, you know, its own different rules, and you can be trespassing. But we still have to protect the idea, the tenet of the First Amendment, that the goals and the ideals of free speech. You know, there may be speech out there you don't like, but you can always turn it off, walk away from it, and not engage in it. You have the freedom to do so. The way these college kids make it seem in the last couple years, I mean, we're talking like 6 years now. I feel like 6, 7 years it's been like this. It's been building up. They just want more and more insulated, controlled experiences where the adults tell them what to think, what to say, maybe how to dress, how to act, who to hang out with. I mean, doesn't that kind of sound like a second grader to you, right? When you're coming up in second grade and your mom's like, okay, I bought you this new shirt, put it on. That goes really well with that pair of shoes. Wear those. Here's your lunch. I've made it for you. Don't worry. I cut the crusts off your sandwich. The juice box is in there, and you get a little bit of a cookie. Now, after school, you're going to be hanging out with Becky. No, Becky A, not Becky B, because Becky B is a bit of a cunt, and I don't want you hanging out with her because she's a bad person. But Becky A, she's going to go to Harvard or Yale or an Ivy League school, and I want you to hang out with her because I want you to have every one of her ideals. But watch out for her mom, because her mom could also be a real Becky C. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of mentality I don't want. I don't want for my kid. I don't want for any kid. I don't want anyone to sit there and feel like they become an adult but still have to be controlled by other people. I mean, nobody wants that. Your freedom should be what you seek the most when you hit that age, but they just want more of that protected life. And I understand to an extent. I do. Like, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, man, I fought against that shit. You know, I mean, I only had to move back home because I had no other choice. But as soon as I got back home, I immediately started working to get myself the hell out of there, because that was, I think, the best course of action. And now I own my own business and I own a house. You know, I mean, like, sometimes life kicks you down and your parents can help you out, but they're not there to protect you from everything, and nor should they be. Now, the survey found that 51% of students oppose speech codes, while 49% favor them. Well, at least the majority's against it. That makes me feel a smidge better. Saying roughly 6 in 10 blacks, women, HBCU students, and Democrats support speech codes. In addition, 56% of those who are highly active on social media to discuss certain events, they use it to get news, post links to stories, and discuss issues. They say they favor free speech codes. Majorities of men, whites, Republicans, independents oppose speech codes. One left-leaning group that does not support speech codes is Jewish students, with 61% opposed. Well, thank God for the Jews in this particular case, because I think they get it. I think they get it, and that's good. I'm okay with that. The survey includes responses from 3,000 college students and an oversample of students from historically black and black colleges and universities. So that's good. That's good that what we're seeing here are people who are trying to fight back against, opposing speech, at least to an extent that they're not there yet. But even though it's a 51 to 49, while in the favor right now, could be changed the next time they take this kind of survey, you know, and that's the unfortunate thing. Is what we need to do is continuously push people to not maybe hear thoughts and opinions they don't like, because they don't have to, they're not being forced to, but they also need to know that those thoughts and those feelings and those opinions have every right to exist just as much as they do. And I only hope that by the time my child gets to college, that we are in a semi-better world. And I don't know entirely if that is going to be the case, but I can pray. Well, I can ask real nicely to whoever the hell might be out there. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you haven't already, thumbs it up, hit on that subscribe, check out 3 Buck Theater, check out Mundane Chats, or if you just want to help support the channel, the best way to do that is patreon.com/mundanemet, link below in the video description. Thank you guys again, have yourself a great day, and peace out.